Hi everybody, this is Dr. Lisa Ann Homick from Homick Advanced Chiropractic on one arm, Brainsense telehealth, self-discovery sessions on the other arm, because the brain makes the body so you can make your life. What kind of life are you making right now for yourself? Chiropractic is going to help the prefrontal cortex of the brain direct the rest of your body's functions and metabolism. And the Brainsense telehealth self-discovery sessions help you understand how to dive into your life so you can make your brain better and so you can live your purpose and strive for that every day. Yesterday was the announcement that 500,000 people died from the recent course of illnesses that we've been paying attention to on the news for the last year. What I would like to say is 500,000 people didn't know something, and it's time we took charge of our health and actually did a better job of it. Now, we know the CDC miscounted. Is that the word to use? The CDC was misleading in how they've been tracking the deaths. They are probably misleading on how they've been tracking the cases. And we know that. We know that because the PCR test should not be used the way it's being used. And we know that the deaths that were counted were not all attributed to a novel illness that scientists have tried to get a handle on and explain what they've discovered and so on and so forth. We do know that there are a lot of inconsistencies and a lot of controversies. So I'm going to push that aside, even though the media is making a deal about 500,000 deaths, and that the White House has acknowledged it with a moment of silence. And we know a lot of people have died. We hope, I hope, they did get the proper medical care. I hope they were not deprived of care or misdiagnosed or given treatments that were worse than their intention. And we know that happens all the time in America, just looking at what we do with chemotherapy and radiation and surgeries that are risky. We know there are a lot of outcomes that we shouldn't have gone through, and a lot of people have regrets when they take on certain medical procedures and certain types of medical care. We know that. This has been going on for decades, generations. And it's no different, no matter what the diagnosis is, the labeling, or however you want to call your state of health at the moment. But what we do know is comorbidities are going to ratchet away at your tissue resilience. Your tissues break down and become weak, get filled with fat, get filled with inflammation. And when your tissues are worn down, you don't respond to nutrition, you don't respond to healing approaches, you don't respond to medication, which that most medication is toxic and actually sends you backwards. What we do know is when your resilience reaches a certain point, you don't bounce back. And a lot of these numbers, the people who passed away, they didn't have the resilience to bounce back. And what they didn't know is their health was already at risk for the last 10 years, the last 20 years, maybe even the last 30 years. And we do know chronic illness creeps in when you're just a child. We know this, but we haven't gotten the handle on how to educate people, how to help them regain their health in an easier fashion and without putting medication on top of medication on top of medication, which does nothing but set you up for a slow decline. If you find what I'm saying interesting, if I've caught your attention, because I've been saying since last year, this is the year of a wake-up call during this crisis. The wake-up call is you are responsible for your health. Nobody else can do it for you. I hope you're not getting bad advice. I hope you're not heeding bad advice. And I hope you understand that you have the right to question and ask for more information, and the information should be available to you. It should be at your fingertips. Second opinions, yes, you should have access to second opinions. So at Homic Advanced Chiropractic and Brainsense Telehealth Self-Discovery, I offer you that. And I teach you how to move your brain, feed your brain, and talk to your brain so you can rebuild your body and have that resilience. So when stress happens, and stress happens every day, stress is like the weather. You're going to have it daily. There's always weather. Some days it's not as fun as other days. So you need to be prepared for the stress that comes your way. And if you're not prepared, you're going to lose that resilience. You're going to wear down your tissues. Your brain is going to burn out your fight or flight response, and you're going to have that exhaustion. And if you know the stress theory of Hans Seeley, if I'm pronouncing it right, your body will tolerate only so much stress until it reaches the breaking point of exhaustion, and then you cease to live. I don't want you to get to that point. I mean, we all will someday, but I don't want you to get to that point prematurely. I'm here to educate and teach and give you back your confidence in your body. Because if you don't even trust your body, have faith in your body, or faith in your own self with making the right healthy choices, we've got a problem. So it didn't just spring up out of thin air and here we are in the middle of a crisis. No, we have been building this up slowly, gradually. We've been destroying our health and acting like it's okay. We've been tolerating poor health, acting like, oh, well, it's part of aging. That's the way it is. We have tolerated, and it's time to not do that anymore. So get on the educational bandwagon, teach yourself, seek out the information, keep that curiosity going, feed the curiosity so that you can give yourself that empowerment, so you can have that confidence. And I'm here to share what I know with you and give you that confidence. So with the Brainsense Telehealth Self-Discovery Sessions, we delve into the 4 functional levels of your nervous system, and you are going to decide how are you functioning at each level, and then we will boost those levels by moving the brain, feeding the brain, talking to the brain. I try to keep the formula very simple. Once you dig deep and see the clear connections and you realize where things got to be where they are today, now you can rebuild and get that resilience. You got to keep that resilience energized. And then with Homic Advanced Chiropractic, the chiropractic adjustments are going to help keep that brain wiring properly energized. You don't want to have too much nervous system. You don't want to have too little nervous system. Too much or too little, like Goldilocks and the 3 bears. Goldilocks wanted that happy medium. And that's the goal. Teaching you how to not have too much nervous system and how to not have too little nervous system. Watch the other videos. Click subscribe if you haven't. Click the like button. Share this information with other people who would also benefit from it. Find those people who've got the opened mind. Their minds are ready to take in new information. And it's going to be exciting, it's going to be rewarding, and it's very meaningful. Thanks for watching.